Yo, Top Billin to ya. I Top Billin coming up, man. I'm gonna get into a little bit of a film study of my man Tua Tagovailoa, right? The guy that I called the Samoan sniper way back when I covered that man at the University of Alabama. So this is derived from what's going on with my guy Deshaun Watson, one of the best 5 quarterbacks in all of football. So when I'm doing this and I'm talking about this, I don't want anybody running up in here reading a title or a thumbnail or something like that and commenting. Please, right? I'm talking from an organizational standpoint, and I'm going to break this down and give my thoughts on this, why I believe that it would be organizational misfeasance for the Miami Dolphins to trade for Deshaun Watson while they just drafted Tua Tagovailoa, and he's only in his 2nd year, all right? So keeping up with that, like I said before, Deshaun Watson, one of the best quarterbacks in all of football. Undoubtedly, he is better than Tua Tagovailoa right now. We don't have to even play or mince words or anything. Like, he's better than Tua right now. But to me, that's what building an organization is about, especially in the NFL. It's some of my favorite shit to really even think about or to study, right? I love reading books on coaches and everything like that. Just from that perspective, right? It's one thing, you know what I'm saying, playing like I played and everything, but it's another thing to sit down and have to use your brain like guys who are in the scouting department or guys who are in management, and that's in all walks of life, right? So that's something that truly interests me. It's like building a business, right? Like me building Top Billin. Building the Miami Dolphins, you would think right now the Miami Dolphins are set up, I think, to be a Super Bowl contender here fairly soon. If Tua takes that next step that I know he will take, the Dolphins should be just fine. And you know why? If you were to look at this, first I need to say where this is truly derived from, right? So I'm sitting here, right, going to do the stuff about Tua Tagovailoa, and I see that Deshaun Watson formally requests a trade. So I'm like, okay, they formally request a trade. And I see something on Bill Barnwell from ESPN. So you know that it has to be dope for me to talk about. I don't like to talk about anybody else in the industry. I like to keep to myself and keep my shit like that. But if you haven't seen this article, you have to. This dude really thought this shit out. This is some really good shit. Right here, check this out. 17 Deshaun Watson trade proposals ranked from least likely to most likely to happen in the 2021 NFL offseason. So they're going through teams here. They're eliminating teams that shouldn't be interested, like Kansas City and Seattle, right, with Russell and Patrick Mahomes. And, of course, not any team in the division. They wouldn't trade him in the division, which makes sense, I would think, right? Then he goes by teams that have serious cap constraints. The Saints, damn, hate to hear that. Eagles, Tampa Bay, and then teams with not enough draft capital. The Rams seems to be that. So then they're talking about teams that they think he wouldn't go to, like Cincinnati. Was that Detroit? What? He could use his no trade clause to go to Detroit. It is what it is on that front. And teams that would have to make just a straight up swap for a QB. So they put Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, and these guys there. Maybe those teams don't, you know what I'm saying, they like their guy, don't want to move on from that guy or whatever like that. Kind of an even trade, you would kind of consider it. Then they do to the top 7 teams that could trade for him, right? So I'm like, 17 teams. So we're going through all these teams and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, I don't see Miami way up here. It should be way up here, right? I'm like, uh-oh, this ain't looking good. This not looking good. Then, of course, bang, the number 1 team, the Miami Dolphins. And I'm like, man, Deshaun Watson undoubtedly on the Dolphins will make them dope. But how dope? They still need some work. Miami Dolphins, like I said, is set up to win the Super Bowl here just because of how it's built. You see, they have the 3rd, 36th, and 113th pick in 2021. That's what they would send. So these are a couple of picks that they have, right? But we'll go even further than that, right? And they were talking about sending this, right, Tua to the Bears and Deshaun Watson and their guard to the Texans and this and that, right? And I'm like, oh, come on, man, not the Dolphins. You just traded for one of the dopest college quarterbacks that we've seen. Undoubtedly has a ton of talent. Like I'm going to dissect right here. And then you have this as well. Right? If you look on this right here, I looked at the draft board. I was never paying attention to Miami. I'm like, okay, Miami has the 3rd pick. Does not need a QB in this loaded ass draft, right? With receiving targets, which they need, right? He shouldn't be throwing to Isaiah Ford or Preston Williams shouldn't be your number 2 receiver. You know, I think he's pretty dope. These guys aren't proven yet. Even Devontae Parker, I don't think is a number 1 receiver. And he's about to be 29 years old. He's just really coming into his own, and he's 29 years old. He didn't follow it up with a 1,000-yard season. You know what I'm saying? He might be a great number 2 receiver. And then you look here, right? And I'm like, damn, Miami has an 18th pick as well. Think about this, right? From an organizational standpoint, if they were to they could draft somebody here at number 3, draft him a target, right? I'll talk about this on another thing. I don't know if I'm with drafting any of these receivers in this draft that high, but we'll talk about it sometime else, right? Imagine if these guys were to trade back and to a lot of these teams that need quarterbacks. This is the quarterback area. Trade back, accumulate more picks, and be able to package something and still get this guy some good targets and maybe some offensive linemen and need some offensive line help. You could really go to town and start building something special through the draft instead of having to go out and get someone else's work. That's the thing to me. You drafted this kid, develop him. Since when the internet, right, has given too many people a word on football, right? I hate the internet, right? It's funny, I make money off the internet. I hate it, right? I hate AOL, Instant Messenger, and MySpace. Somebody need to die off MySpace, like Jadakiss said. The thing about that is back in the day, only people who were commenting on football were people who played, had experience, or people truly in the know. It used to be where if you didn't have a good rookie season, which I think Tua had a very good rookie season. It didn't end well, but if you saw what he can do and what he did do, he clearly has some talent. When did you have to be completely who you are as a rookie? It didn't used to be like that. Cash used to go 2 and 3 years without even taking a snap. Now you have to be instantly good. He played 10 games and you're already thinking about trading Tua. You got chatter on the team about people thinking he might not be that good as just a rookie. Man, get the fuck out of here. This shit is retarded, right? So imagine if they were to trade back or something like that and got like a Kyle Pitts, right? A tight end like that. What would that just do? Just that alone, what would that do for his targets? A Kyle Pitts, maybe he's like a Terrace Marshall or somebody like that from LSU. Get him or a route runner type, one of these explosive types. You trade it back and maybe you got him a Jalen Waddle or something. You know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of shit that you could do to help this kid, man. Right? He's got some talent. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and look at this right here.
What more can I say?
Top Billin. All right, I apologize. I got kind of long-winded there, man. But your boy's passionate, bro. I'm passionate about whatever I do. All right, so check this out. You're gonna have Tua, right? I'm gonna dissect a little bit of this Buffalo game because that was his worst game, right? Even in his worst game, I saw some stuff that undoubtedly makes me think you can build around this kid and eventually get to where you want to get to. All right, so you pretty much have a 2-man route combination right here, a little bit of a spot route by the inside receiver here, by the slot receiver, and then you're gonna have a dig route by Isaiah Ford. This is 2-man, so he's going against, it looks like Josh Norman right here, 2-man right here. And what I like about Tua is he can throw pretty much off of any platform, right? He has such a quick release. Like you can see people bearing down on him. Look at that. Got a breach on the left side, and boom, he sticks it. Absolutely sticks it. Check this out. Boom. What does he do? I want you to notice this about Tua. He's polished, right? Think about this. Tua has had a different offensive coordinator literally every year for the past 4 years. 3 in college, and then, of course, 1 in the pros. And then in his 5th year, he'll have a different one no matter what happens, right, if he gets traded or not. So he started off with Brian Daboll in his freshman year. Then he went to Mike Locksley in his 2nd year with the a lot of the RPO stuff. And then he went to Steve Sarkisian, who was a complete freak with it, right? And he got a little bit more polished, right? I did the stuff on him. You can go back and look at that stuff. But now you see him, right, normally looking off the safety virtually on every single play right here. But you can see the breach right here, and you can see Tua not even having to step into the throw, right? He drifts, and then look at the throw. Barely able to step into it. And then if you look right here, he's stepping not towards the target, but he's stepping kind of outward. So just some footwork mechanic type stuff I think could be in order for him. But still, look at the throw. Isaiah Ford goes up and gets it. Isaiah Ford was letting him down a lot in this game, right? Let him down a ton in this game, but this is one that he went and got, and you can see, right, tight window. That's a good throw. He put it to where Isaiah Ford could get it, and it would be tough for Josh Norman to get it. That's the kind of stuff that I like to see right there. All right, so this is pretty much a shot play, right? They wanted to target this all the way, and then I think he just has a couple of in-breaking routes. I'm not even sure who's running them. A couple of in-breaking routes there, and then another kind of fade route right here. But this looks like he had to quickly decipher this. It looks like it went from cover 6 to quarters coverage, like right away with them rolling a safety. You can see with the outside leverage here with the cornerbacks, Josh Norman, they're turning with the outside leverage. Looks like they have a quarter of the field there, and he deciphers this. You got a quick glance when he's on his pull, and then he shoots that bad boy. So he kind of holds the safety here who ends up rotating there, but the safety can't get there. And for some odd reason, the corner over here bites. I'm not sure if that's Levi Wallace, whomever that is right there, but they bite hard, and Tua gets it there. It's hard. Look at that. Easy. Put it exactly where it needs to be. Now, people are talking about, you see that quick glance, right? On the pull, shotgun on the pull, quick glance, right there. So that alone, if you're at depth, at safety position, it's your first key that you're going to read, right? Been in that spot. It's first key you're going to read. He's looking over there, so then I'm thinking I'm already frozen in time anyway, so I don't know. I'm not going to jump over there. That's not my zone, but he could keep me a little bit in my zone before I rotate. That quick glance there, then bang, then he gets it. Safety's not going to be able to get there. Faded to the pylon, absolutely perfect. Perfect throw. So getting that over there, that was dope, real dope. All right, so this is strange right here. I ain't going to lie. I'm not sure what happened here, but I can tell. I don't know if this is a miscommunication, right? Look like he's running a quick hitch. I'm not sure if he thought he was going to come back. He thought it was a screen, but beyond that, you can see why the ball would do what it did there. If you look at his feet right there, right? Look at him not point towards the target, not stepping to it. So he's pretty much throwing a fall-away jumper, the left-handed fall-away jumper, right? What is he? Who is he? Kenny Anderson? Kenny Anderson back throwing a left-handed fall-away jumper there. And, yeah, that was strange there. But I don't know what to tell you. All right, so this is another one right here that I wouldn't necessarily put on your man here. Check this out. You're going to have Devontae Parker go in motion. It's going to be a pass tag on the back of a run call, right? You would usually think this is going to be a slant. Why did he hitch, right? He hitched coming right here. People going to blame Tua on this one, especially if they want Deshaun Watson. But, look, man shot out there, he hitched. Tua's expecting him to run a slant like every other damn RPO that we've seen. You going to hitch? That's not on Tua. I'm sorry. That's not on Tua. Front-facing play action fake or actually the bare bones of a outside zone or whatever like that. Then you can see right here, Tua having to navigate Trent Murphy here, and he's able to throw it, right? Look at the arm angle right there, the arm sliding, but Devontae Parker stops running. This is perfect. Not sure if Devontae was sensing some hit coming or something like that if he ran that in the middle and he alligator armed it, but that's not on Tua. Not at all. All right, up top here, curl to the sticks from Devontae Parker. Now look at Tua right there in gun split, looks it off, bang, hits him. What kind of route is that, man? What kind of route is that? If Devontae Parker wants to be known, wants to be up there with Devontae Adams and these guys like that, man, he's going to have to start doing better than that. Check this out from Tua's vantage point here. You can see him looking it off, right? So this is where he'd be looking off Josh Norman. But Norman's in man coverage, so it really doesn't matter anyway. Sticks it, pitch perfect, right? Look at the product placement right here. But look at your boy Devontae Parker. What type of curl route, lazy type shit is this? He stops before the damn sticks and just kind of bogs it down, lets Josh Norman get back in the play, then has to come back to it for a curl, which takes him back, moves him back before the sticks, right? Imagine getting downhill, coming off this, right, setting the table, getting downhill, and not bogging down before the sticks, really pushing it vertical, then stemming off of that and Tua sticks it right there. All right, they didn't move the chains, but it's a great throw by Tua and from my estimation there, and Devontae Parker did not run a good route. Look at this, getting vert right here with Mike Gesicki matched up with Levi Wallace, and Tua looks off the safety, puts it right up on him. Gesicki can't come down with it. See it from this angle right here. Tua always does a great job at this, and this is what Tua was made from, right? Through one of the most famous deep balls in the history of college football. This is what he does. He should be able to go deep with them, with the best of them. But, man, you got to have the guys that can get it there. I like Mike Gesicki, though. I think he's a pretty good player. But you think Kyle Pitts isn't getting that? Just let's be for real about this, right? Gesicki and Kyle Pitts on the same team, that shit would be hard. All right, up here, once again, top of the screen, right? Look at him run this smash fade. Great job by Devontae Parker on that one. That was absolutely dope. Tua puts it up with that quick release, puts enough air under it, and watch Devontae go and get it. Back shoulder fade style, goes up over Josh Norman. Getting an explosive play. And, of course, you want to run man coverage, right? Want to run a cross dog blitz. Look at him with the evacuation plan. And, of course, what did I call him 3-something years ago, right? I called him Baby Steve Young, my all-time favorite player, right? So he reminds me of my all-time favorite player, Steve Young, with that build and that left hand, right? And, man, you look at his lower body. He put a lot of work in, man. So this guy can do everything that you want. He's one of these quarterbacks that people were coming out calling generational, and now all of a sudden you want to give up on him. Surround this man with some better talent, man. Use your draft capital to surround him with better talent. All right, once again, go invert to your man Devontae Parker. Wash, rinse, and repeat. You know what he's going to do? This time over Levi Wallace. On the pull, hold the safety, launch that bad boy. Pitch perfect. Look at the product placement, man. Come on. All right, so look at this right here. This is when he throws an interception trying to target, I think, Lynn Bowden on a slant here. Right, so it's a little high. There's no doubt about that. It's a little high. It sells on him a little bit. But is it that high? Look, it ain't that high. Lynn Bowden is a gadget guy. Lynn Bowden, I wish Lynn Bowden would have been more of a running back, or he runs reverses or something like that. This is not his game. Going up, having to adjust to like certain balls and stuff, at least not yet. He goes with just one hand and just tips it. Suppose that's somebody who you know can go and get it, like a Terrace Marshall or a Tamorian Terry or whomever, you know what I mean? Like, you're probably just going to have different results than that, right? He did throw it high, though, but was it so high that it was just uncatchable? Did it need to be an interception? Should Lynn have gone up with two hands? So, I don't know what to tell you, man. All right, so I want you to look at this plays, the ability to retain here. So this is an interception going to Mike Gesicki here. Look how you're supposed to run a seam, right? But it's kind of a bender, almost like a bang 8 or something like that. Let's go back right here. Right? These are why I try to tell people football is not that cut and dry. People invent shit all the time. Everybody's like, oh, if you run this certain route, it's automatically that. That's not the case. Get off a video game, right? This shit right here is not a seam route. You would originally thought this would have been some type of seam route, but it's almost like he's running to the post. But he throws it like it's supposed to be a seam. I'm not sure if this is a kind of a sight adjustment, right? Some type of option there, but he threw it like it was supposed to be a seam. You wouldn't want to probably throw a seam in that with that type of coverage anyway, right there. But he floats it on, so that's a miscommunication. But look, it came back later in the game. Same exact play from the other side, looks it off, hits him. All right, there you go. That's what you want your young quarterback to be able to do right there, right? This time, he knows where he wants to go right there. Waits till he clears the second level. Kind of this time steps into the target right here. Now, I've always thought his throwing motion was mad funny, right? Mad funny, but it's doable, right? It really is not a hindrance to his accuracy because he's a very accurate thrower there. Gets it to Gesicki absolutely perfect. And those are the throws that show arm strength, like that curl route. These throws in the middle of the field where if you lollipop them, they'll get it for a pick six or something like that. That shows arm strength. So he has the requisite arm strength. He doesn't have the strongest arm in the world. This is something I pointed out when he was in college, and people were like, what do you mean? I meant what I said. He does not have the strongest arm. He has a plus arm. So he's able to make all the throws, but he's not Josh Allen out there with it or Patrick Mahomes. He's accurate. His ability to retain, meaning he can get better. with each play. All he has to do is see it. He just needs more reps. That's all. More reps and experience, and he needs more talent around him. But the team itself, man, on defense, the defense I love, the bare bones of the offense, Brian Flores, I think, is going to be a really good coach. Surround him with some more talent. Why go out and get Deshaun Watson? You probably end up having Deshaun Watson throw to these guys, and obviously it'll look better because he's Deshaun Watson, but will it be enough? But eventually it can't be enough. You build through the draft. That's just my thoughts. That's one man's thoughts. But let me know what you think right there in the comment section. It's your boy Murf, the Underground King. Make sure you like this, and make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend, all right? Make sure you tell them to subscribe to Top Billin because this is where it's at, all right? Peace.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.